You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. Rumi. When we think about God and we think about our relationship with God, oftentimes there's a serious disconnection because we associate God with perfection, the essence of all things. And when we think about ourselves in relationship to God or everything around us in relationship to God, oftentimes they are completely opposite. We think of God as pure and we think of ourselves as impure. How can something so pure create something so impure? And it isn't God's doing, it's ours. Because we fail to understand the connection between ourselves and God. We fail to trust and comprehend that all the things that we judge as flawed or imperfect or dirty or wrong, we fail to understand that they have purpose. This is ultimately understanding that God, which is perfect, which is pure, which is essentially everything and anything, is perfect. Thereby, everything that it creates is also perfect, whether you like it or not. And this is the problem. We bring our judgment, we bring our preferences, we bring our likes and dislikes into the equation of what God is and what God has created. And some of us like to blame outside sources like the devil, and we like to say, well, the devil messed everything up. The devil made me a sinner. Well, God, in many religions, many beliefs, has created that counterpart as well. The devil, Satan. When you think about this concept, this understanding that there is something grander than ourselves, we cannot let ourselves disconnect from that thing. When you understand that that thing is you and you are it, then you begin to realize that, one, if that is perfect, which it is, and it has created you, you are perfect. That means you can let go of all the judgment, all the shame, all the hurt that you are experiencing, all the assumptions that you need to get it together, that you need to figure it out, that you need to do better, and allow yourself to simply be, to allow yourself to simply be and exist as you are. And as you do that, believe it or not, the more you accept who you are and love who you are, the more you evolve. It's very interesting how it works. But you have to understand that you cannot have a disconnection of perfection between yourself and the universe and consciousness and God. Because when you do that, you create personal disharmony within yourself. And you have to understand that when there's that personal disharmony, there's nothing you can do to create happiness and fulfillment within yourself. When you believe that you are not perfect, then you ultimately believe that God is not perfect. When you take a seed from an apple and plant it in the ground, an apple tree grows. When you take a lion and it reproduces, it gives birth to a lion. You have to understand that God, by way of this example, the formula of nature, creates God. God cannot create anything other than itself. Nothing can. So when you think about yourself, you must think about God. When you think about God and his perfection and beauty, you must also think about yourself. They are one and the same. God is perfect. God is everything and all things. You are from God, of God, you are God. So when we think about flaws, what we're really thinking about or really experiencing is different degrees of perfection. Those different degrees we are then perceiving as preferences or ideals. When you begin to get into the reality that everything is perfect, it's just a matter of how you're experiencing and how you're deciding to interpret and define your experiences, then you realize that everything that is created is perfect. You are simply putting a definition, you are putting a meaning behind the thing that you're experiencing. But when you understand that everything is perfect, then everything becomes joyful, playful, and exciting. You are in control of all of this. You get to decide, and it fits to you and your personality and your consciousness perfectly. But you have to allow yourself to accept first that you are perfect in order for you to fully play the game correctly. Continue to join me on this journey. Peace and abundance.